Hey, welcome to Luxury Mojo, where you can stay up to date with the latest motivation to grow up financially and cultivate a millionaire lifestyle. Thousands of companies have been pushed to bankruptcy due to a coronavirus pandemic, and you've never heard of any of them. But a handful of household fame, many of them are already coping before the pandemic, are among the businesses that have been closing shops, laying off workers, and restructuring because of the past few months' economic turmoil. And although bankruptcy for large corporations doesn't always spell death, today we will be counting down the top 10 companies that are filing bankruptcy due to COVID-19. If you want to be updated about the top latest motivation to grow up financially, don't forget to subscribe to Luxury Mojo for more content like this in the future. And don't forget to click on that bell icon to be the first to know when our new videos go up. Let's begin with the top 10 companies that are going bankrupt because of COVID-19. 1. JCPenney. JCPenney filed in mid-May for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection after more than a century in business and years-long revenue slump. Weighed down by debt, it had suffered long before the pandemic, but the COVID crisis compounded its difficulties. After its bankruptcy filing, Penny, which employed nearly 90,000 full and part-time employees as of March, has closed more than 150 stores. Another 15 shops are going to close by March, and they said earlier this month, with new owners, the department store chain has also guaranteed another opportunity: Simon Property Group and Brookfield Asset Management. The two mall owners brought Penny in early December after months of talks in the courtroom, leaving more than 60,000 workers inactive. But the future of Penny depends on shoppers going back to the mall for clothes, accessories, and handbags. And this year has proven that this is going to be a hard-fought battle. 2. Neiman Marcus. In early May, the upscale department store filed for Chapter 11, marking it one of the most high-profile retail collapses during the pandemic. Neiman took on a new board of directors, including former LVMH North America chair Pauline Brown and former eBay chief strategy officer Chris Miller, after removing billions in debt. As CEO, Jeffrey Van Ramdonk has been retained. While many challenges have been raised by the unprecedented market disruption caused by COVID-19, it has also provided the opportunity to reimagine our platform and develop our business, Van Ramdonk said in the fall. Neiman has closed a handful of stores as part of its expansion, including a colossal store at the Hudson Yards in New York that had barely been opened for a year. The company has earmarked over $160 million over the next 3 years to invest in its stores, including innovating its Dallas flagship, the CEO said in a recent interview. 3. Guitar Center. In the 1950s, the Guitar Center began selling home organs in Hollywood and expanded to become a music category pioneer. But the business was affected by temporary store closures brought on by the pandemic, as shoppers took to the internet to purchase instruments and sheet music. In late November, the store, which had nearly 13,000 employees, filed for Chapter 11. In the new year, its aim to recover is taking shape. A court judge approved the Guitar Center's restructuring plans in early December, and it expects to emerge from bankruptcy by December 31st. A restructuring deal was reached by the retainer and creditors that slashes its debts by almost $800 million and increases new equity by as much as $165 million. We will continue to reinvest and expand our business with our improved financial positions, CEO Ron Japinga said in a statement. We are approaching the end of a strong holiday season, and I am delighted with our promising future. 4. Tailored brands. Liabilities. More than $1 billion upon filing stores. In August, the owner of Men's Warehouse and Joe's A Bank 1,400 tailored labels filed for Chapter 11, expecting to reduce its debt and improve its finances eroded by the pandemic. Tailored Brands' filing was among a string of fashion retail casualties blamed on corporate America's job-from-home casualizations and fewer men purchasing suits and ties. Tailored Brands announced announces plans to shutter as many as 500 shops over time about a month before its bankruptcy filing. It also decreased its corporate workforce by 20%. 5. Ascena Retail. Ann Taylor and Loft's parents, Ascena Retail Group, sued in July for Chapter 11. Established in 1962 as Dress Barn, the business grew to become one of the largest sellers of women's clothing in the country. But annual filings low. Its revenues declined from approximately $7 billion in 2016 to $5.5 billion in fiscal 2019. Ascena was gradually struggling to expand its business as more women turned to fast fashion retailers like H&M and Zara, off-price chains like TJ Maxx and Ross stores, and even Target for clothes. I hope you guys are enjoying the video so far, but make sure you are subscribed to our channel for more content like this in the future. And don't forget to click that bell icon to be the first to know when our new videos go up. Enjoy the rest. 6. GNC. In June, GNC filed for Chapter 11 after earlier efforts to slash its store count and remove digital investments. The pandemic was only intensified by the financial pressure of recent years, GNC stated. When in bankruptcy, while looking for a buyer, GNC said it planned to speed up the closure of 800 to 1,200 shops. A bankruptcy court judge approved the Pittsburgh-based manufacturer of vitamins and health supplements to the China-based Harbin Pharmaceutical Company for $770 million in September. 7. J. Crew Group. In early May, the preppy clothing retailer J. Crew filed for Chapter 11, making the pandemic's first major retail bankruptcy. Under a heavy debt burden and revenue problems, it was already struggling, suffering from criticism that it felt out of contact with its once loyal customers. In an IPO that could have helped pay down its debt burden but faced pushback from creditors, J. Crew had even once planned to spin off its Madwell brand. In September, with its portfolio of stores about unchanged, the company emerged from bankruptcy. 8. Brooks Brothers. In July, Brooks Brothers, one of the nation's oldest clothing chains, filed for Chapter 11. Over the years, leases from the real estate expansion became too expensive, and when many customers migrated into sweatpants, the pandemic forced it to reconsider its retail strategy. The business found a new owner in bankruptcy as it started closing down hundreds of stores, attributing the health crisis to the decision. In September, the acquisition of Brooks Brothers was completed by mall owner Simon and the fashion licensing company, Authentic Brands Group, which also owns Forever 21 and Aeropostale. They paid the retailer $325 million and vowed to keep at least 125 stores open for business. We see a tremendous opportunity to extend this powerhouse brand around the globe strategically, ABG CEO Jamie Salter said. 9. Stein Mart. In August, the Stein Mart discount apparel and accessories chain obtained Chapter 11 cover and liquidated 281 stores. Stein Mart was dealing with a pre-COVID debt overhang, but its profits dried up temporarily during temporary store closures in the spring. In a court abduction for $6.02 million earlier this month, the Miami-based investment company Retail E-commerce Projects purchased Stein Mart's intellectual property. It is anticipated that steinmart.com will relaunch in early 2021. 10. Pier 1 Imports. After almost 60 years of operation, the home goods chain Pier 1 Imports filed for Chapter 11 in mid-January. As the pandemic escalated in March, its attempts to find a buyer were unsuccessful, finally forcing Pier 1 into complete liquidation. Going out of business sales were briefly halted at its hundreds of stores until spring and summer, when local lockdowns were lifted. So these were our top 10 companies that are going bankrupt because of COVID-19. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you can join the Luxury Mojo squad and be a part of our channel. Thanks for watching!